Travel and technology. It wasn't long ago that going on holiday meant visiting or calling a travel agent to book your flights and hotel. Now, technology may be putting these travel agencies out of business. For one, more people are going online to find and compare prices of flights and hotels and plan their own itineraries, while connecting with other travelers and reading about each other's experiences. The Internet has a wealth of resources, so travelers can learn more about their destination, discover local treasures, or uncover any potential problems they could encounter. Here are 3 travelers who have not looked back since going online.
Jeff, 37.
The first thing I do when I'm preparing to travel is to visit traveler review websites like TripAdvisor. These interactive sites let travelers share their experiences at tourist attractions, restaurants, and hotels. They can give each place a rating, write a review, or discuss them in online forums. Reading the opinions of genuine travelers can be much more convincing than any advertisement. On top of that, reviewers often provide tips, like where to find a money changer in a small town, or which is the best room in a hotel. Also, being able to search for attractions by location, price, or quality rating is a big help because the kind of place I'm looking for depends on whether I'm traveling for work or for leisure. When I travel for work, I focus on comfort and location. But when I'm with my wife and 3 kids, I always try to get the best value for our money. We also love making personalized travel plans that focus on our interests, such as food and beautiful beaches.
Hannah, 24.
I used to accompany my family on package trips with tour guides and expensive accommodation. But traveling like that separates you from the local culture. It's not really my style. When I go traveling by myself, I love to stay with local people. So I use websites like Couchsurfing and Airbnb to find people to stay with. These sites help you connect with someone in your destination city so that you can rent their space or even stay in their spare room for free. I find that staying with someone is often more comfortable than staying in a hotel, and it's usually cheaper. Also, by staying with locals, you get to meet new people and can get sightseeing tips about the city you're visiting. I love to experience the culture and not just the tourist attractions. So when I stay with people, I ask them to tell me about cool places they go to, like their favorite cafes, markets, and shops. And by the end of my stay, I've usually made a few friends.
Rajiv, 28.
These days, I never leave for a trip without my smartphone. I use apps and the internet to access maps, airport information, and many other things. I used to take taxis or the subway to get everywhere in a new city, but not only does the cost of these rides add up, they're also not a great way to see a city or learn about a new place. With my smartphone, I'm more confident finding my own way around. I always have access to a map, so I do a lot of walking tours. I don't have to worry about getting lost because I can enter my destination into my phone and it will give me directions and even readjusts the route if I make a wrong turn. I've even used smartphone apps to tour museums in New York and London. With the right apps and an internet connection, a smartphone makes navigating the city a breeze.
In most parts of the world, storm clouds would be greeted with a frown. But in India, it's said that when the monsoon rains come, 1 billion people smile. Monsoon season, also known as the rainy season, is closely tied to India's economy. The abundant rains bring life to India's farmland, which provides hundreds of millions of jobs to farm workers and helps feed its vast population. While monsoon season is traditionally a joyful and important time for Indian agriculture, it affects the tourism industry in a very different way. During this time, the number of travelers to India can drop by half. Understandably, very few tourists want to spend their holiday in the rain. But there has been a government push over the last few years to convince them otherwise, that India's rain is to be celebrated and not shunned. Watching the rains is one of the best sightseeing options I can imagine, says journalist Somini Sengupta, a Calcutta native. Various states have risen to the challenge. Goa, a popular holiday destination near Mumbai, and Kerala, in the south, have begun offering monsoon packages. They say the monsoon brings other benefits besides lower off-season prices. For one, the rain brings with it lush green landscapes. Goa has beautiful islands, waterfalls, lakes, dams, and wildlife sanctuaries that can be enjoyed during the monsoons, says Elvis Gomes, former director of the state's tourism department. Some of the country's biggest festivals are also held either at the beginning or end of the monsoon season. For example, Onam Festival, held in Kerala in August or September, is a 10-day-long celebration of the rich harvest, where people eat, sing, dance, and watch the famous boat races. In the city of Puri, on the eastern coast, the Rath Yatra festival features colorful parades every evening for 21 days, where statues of deities are carried through the streets. India has a long history of monsoon appreciation dating back to the 19th century. Palaces were built to honor and enjoy the rains. The most famous of these monsoon palaces is Sajjangarh Palace in the southern city of Udaipur. It rests on a hill and has viewing areas that offer beautiful views of the Sajjangarh Wildlife Sanctuary. These palaces served as summer homes for royalty, but today offer a taste of classic Indian-style luxury. Not to be outdone, modern resorts have added special facilities to attract monsoon visitors. Some have built water parks with connected pools, water slides, and fountains where people can splash around, as well as open-air discos where people can dance when it pours. Some luxury hotels even have private patios next to their guest rooms so that their guests can shower naturally in the rain. Travel writer Alexander Freda spent one whole monsoon season following the rains up both the east and west coasts of India. In his book, Chasing the Monsoon, he describes the unique energy and traditions surrounding the monsoons in different regions and cities. Freda noticed that many people travel to western India during the monsoons, seeking physical and spiritual healing. He quotes a local from Mumbai, who describes the monsoon as a metaphor for cleansing and rebirth. The wind drops. It gets very dark. There is terrific thunder and lightning. Suddenly, the air is very cool and perfumed with flowers. It is a time of rejoicing and renewal. Many visitors go to India simply to share in this joyous season. As one Kerala promoter says, "You can feel the magic. The washed streets and fresh leaves seem to smile with you."